While you sleep, this person wonders if they made the right choice. He talks about life as if everything is fine, but the truth is, he is suffocated by a pain he can't express. He said everything was under control, but the reality is, nothing is. The mask he wears day after day is breaking, and you can feel it. You're not imagining it. You noticed when he started to pull away. The way his messages became less frequent, how the meetings became rare. He said he was busy, but in fact he was just hiding. He is fighting his own demons, and your presence makes him feel vulnerable. You felt that he was losing himself. You saw when he said goodbye to who he really was. The brutal truth is that he really misses you. He doesn't know how to deal with it, so he tries to ignore it as if that were possible. Each time he pretends not to feel, the pain only grows. He is trapped in a cycle of denial, thinking he can move on. But the reality is that you are the one thing that occupies his mind, the only thought he can't escape. Meanwhile, you continue waiting for answers, looking at your phone, hoping he will show up. Any message, any sign that he still cares. You question yourself if you did something wrong, if it's your fault. The reality is, there's nothing you can do. He needs to face his own fears and insecurities. He is afraid to open up, afraid that by exposing himself you will reject him. What he really hides is his fragility. He wants to be strong, wants to appear invulnerable, but this only leaves him more isolated. He fears that if you know what is happening, you won't look at him the same way again. And you? Do you see yourself in a cycle of waiting, trying to understand why he hasn't spoken up, why he still doesn't have the courage to be honest? You know what's going on, and what's most frustrating is that he knows it too. Both of you are aware that the situation cannot continue like this, but no one makes a move. He becomes a spectator of his own life, and you are a character he can't forget. The truth is that his feelings are deep, but actions remain only in the realm of intentions. He wishes things were different, but remains paralyzed. He knows he is losing the opportunity for something real and meaningful, but his fear always wins. This person is on the verge of an emotional collapse. He has held back the tears for so long that now the heart, sitting in a dark corner, breaks mid-sentence. He feels he can no longer keep up the facade. The words he didn't say cry out, while the sobs do what his voice lacked the courage to do. While you sleep, this person feels loneliness as an unbearable weight. He doesn't share this with anyone. It's a secret he carries, a pain he can't describe in words. He laughs, he pretends everything is fine, but it's all a facade. He said he was calm, but you noticed he's always adrift, lost in thoughts he doesn't share. And you know this because you've already seen the way he stays silent for long minutes. You felt it when his expression changed, as if a movie of tears was playing in his mind. You're not imagining it. Your intuition is screaming truths he refuses to admit. What this person really feels is a whirlwind of emotions that he hides behind a forced smile. He feels like falling apart. The truth is that every time he looks at you, he feels smaller. Fear and insecurity dominate him. He is completely terrified that you see who he really is, the flaws and fears he carries, so he ran away. He started hanging out with other people, trying to fill the void you left. He tells himself it's okay, but in reality, he's just trying to forget. The time he spends with others seems like just a temporary patch. When night comes, he finds himself lost in thoughts about you, reliving memories he can't get over. He smiles, but his soul screams. Meanwhile, you keep waiting. You still look at your phone hoping for a message. That never comes. You still remember that day when everything became so confusing, and the pain of not knowing what he really feels grows every day, because you realize he needs you, but doesn't have the courage to open up. What hurts the most is knowing he's wasting moments. While you think about him, he's filling his mind with distractions. He has imagined you by his side, but doesn't have the courage to venture. He talks about freedom, but in reality feels trapped. What lingers in the air between you is an opportunity that sinks in his insecurities. He knows he should speak, but he can't. And you already knew that. You knew he's hiding behind pride and his own limitations. You knew this person is fighting his own demons while pretending everything is okay. The reality is he would like to turn the page, but with each passing day he feels more trapped in a story he can't write. This person who doesn't leave your mind is falling apart in tears after holding everything in for so long. He always had an impenetrable facade, but now that wall is crumbling. While you sleep, that person is allowing himself to feel, even if he doesn't have the courage to show you. He feels an anguish he can no longer contain. He disguised it with smiles and laughter, but behind it, the pain is real. You know this because, even without words, he left clues. A lost look, distracted gestures. You noticed. When he started to pull away, disguising the truth with the small talk that he was busy, when in fact he was just running from himself. You felt it when one day the smile disappeared and the look became distant. He said he was fine, but the truth is, he is not. He feels suffocated by his own vulnerability. What he really feels for you is a confusion of love and fear. His heart cries out for you, but his mind prevents him from acting. He has convinced himself that it is not the right time, but deep inside, he knows you are everything he could want. This person is losing the battle against his own demons, and you are the only one who could save him, but he doesn't know how to ask for help. Meanwhile, you are there trying to move on, but you can't stop thinking about him. The memories don't leave your head, and every laugh he gave still echoes in your ears. You are not imagining anything. It is real, and it hurts. You feel that he drifted away, but you don't know that in fact he is paralyzed by fear. Fear of not being enough. Fear that everything he has to offer is too small for you. He is surrounded by friends, making the routine seem normal, but in reality, everything is empty. He tries to fill that hole with distractions, but nothing seems to work. He has thought about reaching out, but is paralyzed by the idea of not getting a response. He is trapped in a lie, trying to convince himself that everything will be fine, but every second away from you leaves a bitter taste in his mouth. He hides his weaknesses, but the truth is, he crumbles every time he thinks of you. Meanwhile, you keep waiting for a sign. This uncertainty is the most painful part. At every moment you wonder if he still thinks of you, if he still misses you. The answer is yes, but what does that change? The truth is that this person has become a what-if that keeps echoing in your life. Both of you know that what is happening is a dance between two fears, the fear of losing and the fear of exposing oneself. He can't admit that he was wrong. He is clinging to a pride that imprisons him. Even when he looks at photos of you, even when he recalls moments that were genuine, he refuses to break the silence. And now, between doubt and hesitation, time is passing by. Have you noticed that? Each passing day seems to widen the distance between the two of you. He is still dreaming of what could be, imagining coincidences, unexpected encounters. He fantasizes about an honest conversation, something that has never happened. But until now, all he does is wait, as if the universe would align, the stars for him to have the courage to open up. And with every passing minute, he transforms a little more into the image of what could have been, while reality drifts further away from fantasy. Perhaps deep down, this person knows that you are the only one who can see through his armor. And yet, he continues to hide behind barriers. What he hides is a genuine love that terrifies him, a connection that he has never had with anyone else, and that he finds hard to admit. The truth is that he loves you. He just doesn't know how to deal with it. And you, meanwhile, wonder if it's worth waiting, if it's worth keeping the hopes that still remain. The painful answer is that he may not take the initiative. Time doesn't stop, and each day is a chance slipping through the fingers. And in the end, the truth is that both of you are afraid of getting hurt, but neither of you does anything to change this situation. This person was holding back tears as if it were the only way to stay upright. He hid every tear behind a forced smile, but now his heart broke in half. A sentence. The despair he tried to avoid manifested in sobs that could not be contained. While you sleep, this person is trapped in a spiral of emotions that he no longer knows how to control. He said everything was fine, but inside, he is falling apart. The truth is that he feels a crushing pressure, an anguish that seems always to be lurking. You had your signs, lost looks, awkward silences, moments when his expression darkened as if he were carrying the weight of the world. And you know this because you can already see the sadness in his eyes, even though he tries to hide it with empty words. You felt it when he held your hand and could no longer withstand it, when it seemed that he would collapse in front of you, but still tried to keep his composure. You are not imagining this. This person is struggling internally, trying to pretend that everything is in order, but each day it gets harder to keep up the facade. The brutal truth is that he feels a consuming loneliness. With each false laugh he lets out in public, a part of him shatters a bit more. He hides behind distractions, outings, laughs. But when night comes, he is left alone with his emotions. He regrets pulling away, not having spoken what he felt, but the courage never came. Meanwhile, you are here trying to understand what is happening with him. You have already noticed that the phone didn't ring, that the messages took longer to arrive. You felt invisible, as if all your love was in vain. You wonder if he really cares. And the reality is that, despite his efforts to avoid it, he is thinking about you even if he can't express it. The actual situation is that he is trapped in his own webs of fear and insecurity. He feels inadequate for you. He looks around and realizes he doesn't have the capacity to be who you need. And this haunts him. He wonders if you still believe in him, if you would give him a second chance. But emotional paralysis prevents him from acting. This person is tired of holding back. He has been through so much that he cannot share. The weight has become unbearable. He has already said everything was fine, that he didn't need anyone, but in truth, he feels the loneliness gripping his chest like never before. While you sleep, this person stays awake, reliving moments that should have been happy, but now only bring tears. You know this because you have seen his gaze change. You felt it when he tried to force a smile, but the sadness ran through his hair. He is more distant and you noticed. He says one thing but does another. He says everything is fine while getting lost in thoughts about what could have been. What he truly feels is chaos. On the outside, he smiles and makes jokes, but inside, he is fighting what is he hiding? A broken heart that he doesn't know how to fix. He wants to believe he can move on, but the truth is that each step reminds him of you. The last conversation, what he didn't dare to say. Meanwhile, you remain in anticipation, waiting for a message that never comes. After so many promises that everything would be fine, now uncertainty is the only certainty. You have already noticed that he has been avoiding deep conversations. He doesn't know what to say, so he prefers to remain silent. This hurts you and you aren't imagining it. You know, deep down, he is scared, afraid of what he feels for you, afraid that this connection won't last, afraid of not being enough. He acted as if he had everything under control, but now the truth is that he can no longer hide his fragility. He himself is now lost, believing that the best way to deal with the pain was simply to ignore it. Meanwhile, you continue in your routine, but the memories surround you at every corner. When you laugh, it seems like it echoes in his mind. Every song that plays, every place he visits, everything reminds him of you. You are the one he can't get rid of, and it torments him. He had the chance to open up, but he hesitated, not for lack of feelings, but because he is so caught up in his own uncertainties that he couldn't act. Every time you are by his side, he thinks about how he could have said everything he felt. He has already imagined himself telling you his fears, his insecurities, but every time he tries, fear paralyzes him. And now, while you wait for some action from him, he is trapped in his emotional cage dictated by fear. He wishes he could go back and change everything. Feeling light again is a desire he does not know how to fulfill. And the truth is that time does not stop. Memories accumulate, and the pain of doing nothing only grows. He knows he is losing you, but he doesn't know how to reverse it. The silence between you is deafening, and he is responsible for it, a weight he still hasn't been able to bear, and you already knew that.